Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Hummel. Welcome to Mark Hummel's Harmonica Party. And I'm sitting here with a fellow that I've known for quite some time. We first met in Boise, Idaho back in, was it 93?
Yeah.
Yeah, when his band Fat John and the Three Slims opened the show for us when we were coming through one time at the
Good
Blues Bowl.
memory.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
you know how I remember all this stuff is who was in the band at the time.
Yeah.
And I can never forget who was in that band.
That's cool, man.
Because it's got a great story that goes with it. But anyway, John Nemeth has been a very acclaimed both vocalist and harmonica man over the last, 20 years. When did you start recording?
I think the first thing I put out was in 1997.
Okay, so
Yeah.
over 28 years.
This is a
something
live
like that.
record.
Right.
Yeah, we did a live straight to ADAT.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And great engineer in town did it, and we did just one gig, recorded one gig at the Blues Bouquet.
Right.
Yeah, and put that out, and man, putting that one thing out just branched out into like us going other places and doing
Right.
gigs other places and doing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Mhm.
So the first thing I just want to kind of go over with you is just your roots, because right now we're in Yellow Pine, Idaho, at the Yellow Pine Harmonica Festival, and both John Nemeth and Jason Ricci are on this festival with us, and I picked them partially because they were both had Idaho roots, especially you.
Mhm.
And I thought it would be a perfect combination for this festival, and it's turned out to be spectacular so far. And I'm
It's a
sure
great
tonight's
idea,
going to
Mark.
be, yeah, I'm sure tonight's going to be awesome. So you grew up here. Were you born in Idaho? Born
Yeah.
in Boise?
Born in Boise.
Yeah, and I know your dad's from Romania. Is that right?
Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah.
And where's your mom from?
My mom is from Idaho.
Okay.
Yeah, her family came out, and oh man, they came out Idaho in the very beginning when people were coming out here on the Oregon Trail.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
She has
the original
roots,
pioneers.
roots way back.
Yeah.
That's
They've
amazing.
been around these parts for a long time.
And so were they farmers? Was that the deal?
So no, most of them weren't farmers. They worked on the railroad.
Uh-huh.
Or they were in the saddle industry. And they
Wow.
made saddles. There's even a saddle in the Smithsonian
Incredible.
that a great grandfather made.
Wow.
And great grandfather made. And
Yeah.
I think they moved out here to service like miners and people that were coming out. And then after a while, some of them became miners. My grandfather, he was a miner. And then he started working on the railroad and became an engineer, drove
Wow.
a train.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's moving up, man. If you get a job driving a train out in these parts.
Train was a great job
Yeah.
back then. Yeah. Now, how did your parents meet? Because that's quite a combination.
Yeah, the Cabrini.
Idaho to Hungary.
Yeah, the Cabrini Catholic Singles Club. Yeah,
Is that little church on the hill off the freeway?
I don't know, man. I think it was at the cathedral downtown.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. The big one with no windows on it.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, they hit it off, and he got down to Idaho or to Boise. He got to Idaho. He was just he came over as an immigrant, and they put him on a boxcar train and sent him out to Idaho.
Really?
To work as a lead miner.
How old was he?
20s.
Really?
28 or something like that. Yeah.
Was it after World War II or
Yeah,
before?
after World War II.
After World War II.
Yeah, after that communist revolution.
Right. Okay.
And
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
But man, yeah. So So he didn't pick Idaho. The government picked Idaho
Government
for him.
picked
Yeah, worked out great because he was really far away from the commies, and that's
Right,
what
right.
it was the
That
goal.
was his main goal. Yeah, right. I can understand that.
Yeah, 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 man.
So he was a lead miner at first?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, then he got wind that he could get a degree, like Eisenhower was offering, if you had, tradesman uh, uh, papers or a degree from another country,
Mm-hmm.
if you could work in concrete,
Wow.
and he knew concrete, and so he got, and he was an engineer, trained to be an engineer in Hungary, and so he just had to go to the university. He took the test for the graduate test, and he passed the test, and
Wow.
he walked out, and they gave him a degree,
Incredible.
and boom, right into a job. So
Yeah.
he's a lucky guy, man.
Yeah. Now, do you have siblings?
Mm-hmm. A brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister. Okay. Are
Yeah.
you the oldest? Or?
No, I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'm the accident.
Yeah.
Accidental success.
That happened to my wife too. Same thing. Yeah. So you've been singing, you said, since you were a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I love to, my father hated rock and roll, and I knew it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'd make fun of the music that he liked.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, he's a huge opera buff and,
Yeah.
and Hungarian folk music.
Right. Right.
And so, but man, that opera stuff, I mean, I would just make fun of the opera stuff, like Bugs Bunny,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it was great, man. And it pissed him off. He gets so mad. He gets so mad. Yeah, so.
And now you can sing it.
And now I can sing. Yeah. I wish I could sing in other languages. Yeah. That's the tricky thing about that opera, is you gotta be able to sing in Italian and Spanish and
right. You
whatever
sure do.
languages
Yeah.
they got in opera.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never knew what language they were
Right.
singing in.
I think
the
it's a
first
lot of
place.
times I think it's Italian.
Yeah, it's a beautiful language.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful language.
So you started singing as a kid, and then how did you pick up the harmonica?
So there's a picture of me with a harmonica, and I remember this harmonica. I was like 5 years old,
Uh-huh.
and I had a harmonica, and I look really upset.
Huh.
And I look like I got the blues, right?
Uh-huh.
And that harmonica disappeared. I think my dad took it. I think my dad didn't like what I was
Said,
playing.
"Don't you dare!"
And so then I didn't pick the harmonica up again till I was probably 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's really when I wanted to learn to play it. And I mean, I didn't even happen into harmonica because it was my first choice instrument. I didn't even want to play an instrument at the time. I just wanted to sing.
Right.
And we were doing these long gigs at these honky tonks
Right.
where I was just singing. And the guitar player said, "Hey, man, I know you can play some piano, man. Why don't you go buy a piano and figure out how to play piano on these gigs,
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So I went to the store to price this, and they didn't have price tags on anything at the music store.
Right.
I said, okay, this sounds good. I want this, okay. And the guy's like, we need an amp. Okay, cool. And you need a stand. Oh, you need a chair.
So it became just more and more expensive as it went on.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
$3,500, man. I'm like, but
Jeez.
you know what? There's a harmonica right there in that. And
$4.
I love Little Walter. I love
Right.
Junior Wells.
Right.
Man, it'd be cool to play like those guys.
Yeah.
And so,
So you're already hip to those guys.
yeah. So, yeah, I love Little Walter's greatest hits album. I bought a cassette tape at the
Right.
local record store, and I listened to that before I played harmonica. I was like, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I loved Mellow Down Easy, man.
Right.
That was the first tune, two of the first songs I learned on harmonica.
Wow.
It was Snatch It Back and Hold It,
Yeah.
and Mellow Down Easy. Here was the problem, is that I only had a C harmonica.
Right. So you're playing them all on that.
Yeah.
harp.
And I'm like,
That's what I did too.
yeah. And so you're like, well, Snatch It Back and Hold It's B minor. I can get pretty close to that, but man, there's that fifth that's really out, man. And then Mellow Down Easy was like, well, I mean, I can't make it sound like a major kind of harp, so I'm having to play A minor over this tune on a C harmonica. But I show up to the gigs. I figure out parts for them,
Wow.
and I go to the gig with the one harp.
I know what you were doing. You were playing in fourth position.
That's fourth position?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I just took it down to the gig and I started playing. Just took it to the gig and just,
That's
man,
crazy.
let's go.
Yeah.
And I remember the guitar player was like, where's the piano?
I like piano. Why'd you leave that?
I thought you were getting the piano. And I started playing it and the audience dug it.
Yeah.
So, man, there's something just beautiful about a harmonica. It's such a beautiful instrument. And it sounds like, it's like happiness. You just play a chord.
Right.
And happiness just comes right out of the thing. And this was a depressed logging town.
Yeah.
I mean, man, this was the place I was playing that night. Man, the mill had shut down.
What town was it?
It's Horseshoe Bend.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that.
And these guys were like, man, it wasn't a happy times here.
Right.
People drinking their
So
pain
they
away.
kind of related to it.
And man, that harmonica kicked on. Man, they really dug it. And the
Wow.
harmonica, and so the guitar player guy was like, "Hey man, I like what you're playing, but in some of those notes they ain't right, and you're making those songs
That's
minor."
not true.
Yeah. And so, just it's like magic happened. All of a sudden, there's a talent show, and there's these kids get this guy to he's a substitute teacher. They get this substitute teacher to play harmonica
Mm-hmm.
on the talent show. And I'm like, man, that's cool. This guy can actually play the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hit the dude up and I said, and show me some stuff on the harmonica, because I don't know I don't know what they're doing, man, but I can't get it out of this thing.
Right.
And so then he told me about the different harps and the different keys and some basic knowledge on playing some blues harmonica.
Bending and things like that.
Yeah, but I mean that didn't really catch. I couldn't. That was like magic trick.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about, man? Bending?
Oh yeah.
How are you supposed to do this? And then the guitar player said, well, if you're, it's those times when you really play the harmonica too hard and you're getting a different note out of it, just do that. And so I sat down at the piano and I just gave that harp everything I could give it.
Right.
Until it started changing pitch. So I was hitting that B flat, getting down to that A.
Yeah.
And I figured it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you told me with your vocals you kind of did that too.
Yeah. I
With
always
the piano. Yeah.
I always wanted vocal lessons, but my mom
Yeah.
forced me to take piano.
Right.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
And I don't like the piano, really. And but yeah, I would sit down and just, run the scales.
Right.
And because I started singing these gigs in these smoky clubs, and my voice was getting like really in bad shape. And so
Was it just from singing wrong?
no monitors,
Yeah.
super loud room,
Right.
the honky tonks with no stage set up on the
Right.
floor in the corner of the room,
Right.
And of course it's a kid band, the band's just bashing their brains
Loud
out,
as hell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I quickly figured out that, well, I'm gonna have to get this thing like in shape. And so I started running those scales. And basically the scales didn't teach me how to sing. They just running the scales taught me how to preserve
Preserve your
the
voice.
voice.
Right. Right.
Warm yourself up before you get in there.
Yeah. Now, do you warm up normally?
I do.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
How much do you do? 20 minutes?
It depends on how shitty my voice is. Yeah. I warm it up till it's ready.
Well, that's good. That's great. That's a great discipline.
Yeah.
I used to do that, and then I got real lazy. Once I got on the road, it was like, I got lazier and lazier.
Well, you got a band that could probably allow you to be lazy. When you got a band that's got your dynamics,
right?
And you'll work. It won't be that much work when you got your band and you're doing your thing. And
I've noticed the other thing is picking songs in the lower registers in the beginning seems to make a big difference.
Dude, I always used to do that when I had to do those long
Yeah.
gigs. Yeah.
Because by doing that, you're kind of like you're resting it until you get warmed up.
Yeah, that's money. That's a good way to do it.
But yeah, I mean, 3-hour gigs, man. A 3-hour gig's a long gig when you're doing 3 1-hour sets.
Oh yeah, and you're playing, you know, blues. You know, like really hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to really. It's one of those things where you really have to know how to. You have to be singing somewhat properly to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, and I learned quickly without a monitor.
Yeah.
That it's
that's amazing. I remember you didn't use monitors.
Yeah. And it was weird. And when I first started, then I started using monitors, and then I started getting lazy. Man, because you can make shit really happen with your amplification that you couldn't. I mean, think about the harmonica without amplification. I mean,
yeah.
The thing's a goner.
Yeah. No, you can't. You basically are in D. Ford Bailey mode or Jazz Gillum mode.
Oh, just cutting, slicing, and dicing ears.
It's got to be all high end stuff to make it even work.
Yeah.
True.
I love that stuff.
So basically, I met you in '93, and then I think I got a hold of you, and I can't remember, it was through Jimmy Molyneux or somebody hooked us up when Molyneux was playing with me, and you hooked me up with some gigs in Boise.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't even remember where it was, but there were a couple little clubs you got me some gigs.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little clubs around.
And then next time I saw you was in Seattle, and you said it, and your voice had just gone through the stratosphere.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy really got it together, man. And
yeah, I started touring.
Right.
And when I started touring, that meant I wasn't in that trap of my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday gigs. You know, same old smoky clubs and stuff.
Right.
Start touring around. And so then there's more time off.
Right.
When I had time off, I could start writing some music.
Right.
And resting my voice. And
right.
That's when, I was just overworked.
Yeah.
Man, that's
that'll do it, man.
Yeah.
Now, when you were doing the nights, like the 4 or 5 nights in a row in Boise, were you doing all kinds of different styles?
No, I was playing traditional blues.
It was all traditional blues. Okay, but I know at one point you said you were doing like Nat King Cole kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
when was that?
So when 9/11 happened, like that changed, like local club scenes all around the country. Right. People weren't going to bars.
Right.
Everyone was made to feel really sad about what happened.
Right.
And don't celebrate, don't have a good time.
Right.
You know, more in this situation, you know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you know, instead of getting 250, 300 people out on a Monday night, there's 50 people.
Right.
And so, then you've got those same 50 people that come to see you every night. Then you realize you have 50 people that will see you almost every night of the week in one town.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they want to hear some different music.
Right.
Because all of a sudden you start losing some of them. Okay, so I'll try something different.
Right.
And I always wanted to give this a shot. Because I heard a Nat King Cole Trio album, and it blew my mind. Same thing the way Little Walter blew my mind. It's like, this is just magical. I mean, there's something about this music. And I'd sing along with it. And it's like, man, this is just, I like singing along with Nat King Cole. And then I was running a jazz jam. Because the Sunday night band got fired, and they were looking for somebody else. So they asked me to do a jazz jam. The club asked me to do a jazz jam. Right.
Did you have any idea what to do?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about jazz, and I love singing it.
Right.
And I always love singing jazz. I've been singing jazz as long as I've been singing blues.
Right. And when you say jazz, are you talking like Tony Bennett, Sinatra, Nat Cole? What exactly are you talking about?
Johnny Hartman.
Oh, okay.
And
All
Chet
right.
Baker.
You're talking serious jazz stuff.
The real cats. I mean, I loved all the crooners, man.
Yeah.
But that Nat King Cole to me was this super heavy cat
Yeah.
that made it to the top.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Louis Armstrong.
And they didn't even know he sang at first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, they
Wow.
thought he was just a piano player. And he was an awesome piano player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this band, they worked up all the parts to these Nat King Cole Trio tunes because, man, they had parts.
Right.
These guys parted this
Oh,
music
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I mean, 3 guys making
Yeah.
this music.
Right.
And so we started doing that, and boom, that was as big a success as the blues stuff I was
Wow.
doing in town. So
What a trip.
So my Wednesday, Thursday gigs became jazz gigs. So then I did blues Monday, Tuesday, and then jazz Wednesday, Thursday. And then I usually go out of town on the weekends.
Right.
Go over to Portland, Seattle, and
Mm-hmm.
Salt Lake City.
So you were definitely touring at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, Spokane, getting out to
Mm-hmm.
places and playing ski resorts and whatnot.
Right.
That's
Sun
good.
Valley, stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
loved it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Now with the jazz thing, did Gene Harris ever come down and play?
No, he
Because
didn't.
he had a regular gig.
By that time, he was already by that time he was already playing everywhere. Like Philip Morris
Yeah.
rediscovered
He was doing
him,
big stuff. Yeah.
but he used to play at a hotel.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
the
we
house
used to go
gig.
jam.
Yeah.
And gracious guy, man. He played my brother-in-law's parents' funeral.
That's right. Yeah.
And man, it's one of the greatest shows I've ever heard in my
That's
life.
incredible, yeah.
And the guy.
So was there a jazz scene in Boise?
Yeah, there was a jazz
There
scene.
must have been if he lived here. There must have been something.
There was it's interesting. Boise was a place where it had a lot of people from everywhere that came in there. It's the capital city, and but there's like folk artists that lean jazz, like Rosalie Sorrells.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of her.
Yeah. And then there were big bands in town too. Big bands, regular like Basie, Ellington to Lawrence Wilk.
Right.
It's a big music town. I
Yeah.
mean,
It was a pretty regular stop for most.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's just so much talent and so many venues, and the music fans, they liked all kinds of music, and there were a lot of great jazz guys that came out of Boise. And I think, when you get to witness the communication of Gene Harris,
Right. Right.
I mean, man, that's a world class.
Yeah. Totally
You
world
know,
class. Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
playing performing arts centers for
Sure.
4,000, 5,000 people
Yeah.
at a pop,
Sure.
So when you get to witness a cat like that, and all the older guys, that played with him in town. I mean, there were guys that were good enough to play with Gene Harris.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the Three Sounds from Boise?
I don't know where they were
Yeah.
from.
I think they may have been.
I don't know. I know Paul Revere,
Oh, right,
and-
right. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
another guy. So I used to see him. He'd come to town. He
Right.
would rock, man. That was a
Wow.
rock band.
Yeah, that's
You
what I've
know?
heard.
I mean, they come
Yeah.
to town, and man, that is a rock and roll show, man.
Rick Welcher was another guy that I remember.
Yeah.
Told me about you early
Mhm.
on after we'd already met, but he was
He came up from Salt Lake City
right
and moved to Boise.
and moved to Boise, I think, to work with
Yeah,
you.
work with me, yeah.
Right, right,
And I toured with Junior Watson.
right. Now, were you
Uh,
already touring with Junior
yeah.
when you met Rick?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, how did you meet Junior?
There was a cat named Scott Cable.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Right. He
yeah.
was another big fan of yours.
And
Yeah.
he was living in Boise working.
Right.
And anyways, he heard that Junior was going to be passing through Boise. And so, man, I worked every night of the week. I could just open the show for him,
Right.
and I know my fans would love it.
Right.
So I did that and opened the show for him. And I had just written a song, and I put it on a CD back of Fat John and the Three Slims
Right.
era. And Watson loved that tune.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when I got off the stage, he asked me like, "Hey, who wrote that song?" I said, "Oh, I wrote that tune." And I think, man, that shit just clicked like that. I got
Right.
up on stage, started singing with him, then it's like, hey man, let's go out on tour. You know, let's
Right.
Let's go around the country.
So did he help book you, or did Molyneux?
Molyneux was booking the
Molyneux
show.
was booking, right, right.
Yeah.
Right.
It
So-
was fantastic.
And you guys started working nationally, and then eventually you got to Europe. And
Yeah,
started
yeah.
working with
Junior
him.
was going over there, you know,
Mhm.
so I was going over there with him, and then and I moved to the Bay Area.
Right,
Yeah, and then which was cool because everybody knew Junior in the
Right,
Bay Area.
right.
So by me moving to the Bay Area, I moved there because my fiance was moving
right,
down there,
yeah.
and so I'm going with her. And
Now, did she get a job down there or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I thought I was going to. I mean, I thought it was just, you know, I'm gonna have to find a job.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I got lucky. There was all these really great guitar players that wanted
Right.
to have singers on their shows.
Right.
So I moved down to the Bay Area, and boom, I'm like gigging.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was
I
the
remember.
sweetest.
Yeah.
You know, what a relief. You know, because man,
Yeah.
I'm not cut out for anything else.
And then you got to deal with Blind Pig. I remember.
Yeah, man. You were spreading the word.
Right. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people
Yeah.
were picking up on what was going on. Blind Pig picked up what was going on.
Yeah.
And signed me up, and man, those guys got my name out there and got me everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I had Junior on that first Blind Pig record, and Anson Thunderberg produced
Was
it.
that the first or the second?
That was the second album with Junior.
Okay, that's the one
Yeah.
Anson produced.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one from
All right.
Blind Pig.
Which is a great
Yeah,
record.
West
That's
Star
one-
plays
that's
drums
one of my
on
favorite.
it. Yeah,
One of my favorite records
Whoa.
of yours. Yeah.
man, really cool.
And you had some records I remember prior to that with
Yeah.
Junior, and I don't
Mhm.
remember what label those were on.
I put one out myself.
Right.
I
Which
found
is
out.
also a really good record.
Found out about this thing called. That's when CD Baby first started.
Right.
And it started over in Portland.
Oh, did it?
So like I
really?
found
Wow.
out about CD Baby like right in the very beginning
Yeah.
of it,
Good time.
and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut a record because Watson was saying, man, you should cut a record, but you should cut a record with the band when we get off the road.
Right.
You know, we've been playing, and so I took his advice, got off the road, cut a record, and then I put it out on CD Baby, man. And
Now, did you do that in the Bay or
I
in
did that in the
LA?
Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All right.
recorded in some place in Richmond.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I think the guy was he might have been in that swing scene.
Huh.
Vance
okay.
Ellers was on the
Oh,
album.
yeah,
He was the
yeah.
guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Come and Get It record, I mean, that did great. And that got on Pandora or in the Bay Area.
Right.
And Blind Pig saw that was like, it was getting like real big radio play
Right.
for an unknown blues
Right.
artist.
Yeah.
And She Belongs to Me was the cut off
Right.
that album, man.
Right.
And that thing circulated, and yeah, man, it's been good. I mean, the music's been very good to me.
Yeah.
I've been a
And then
very
you
lucky
got
guy.
signed up with Intrepid. I remember.
Yeah.
That's really was a big shot in the arm.
That was huge
Yeah.
help.
The other thing I remember was when Sam got sick and you ended up working with Anson.
That
for
was
a minute
great,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Those are
I
some
remember
of the best
seeing
gigs
you.
ever.
I remember seeing you down in at the King Biscuit that time.
Oh,
And you
man.
were real excited.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't too long before that I played in Greenville, Mississippi,
Right.
at the Delta Blues Festival.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
so
was that with Anson?
it was with
Yeah.
Anson.
Yeah.
And man, the audience, man, best blues audience in the world, Greenville, Mississippi, man. I
Yeah.
mean, those people, blues is their communication.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Blues is
You
their
bet.
religion,
There are
man. It's
deep roots in those
deep
places.
roots, man, and
Yeah.
they loved it, man, and the support I got from the audience, man, gave me a tremendous amount of confidence
Right.
as a vocalist.
Right.
It was definitely a game changer for me.
Yeah. So would you say in a way that was kind of what planted the seed for moving to Memphis?
I didn't move to Memphis until years, maybe 5 or 6 years later,
Right.
and I had a song that was doing well, like a soul tune,
Uh-huh.
called "Said Too Much,"
Mm-hmm.
and that one was doing really, really well. And some of these cats picked up on it. This guy Scott Bomar
Mm-hmm.
in Memphis, a producer,
And he also plays bass.
plays
Doesn't he?
bass, great bass player.
Right.
And so uh, he produced a record for me, and I wasn't planning on moving to Memphis, but I was hanging out there a little bit more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving around the town. I was like, man, this is a cool town, man. Got a lot going on, a lot of cool neighborhoods, cool culture, and all that. And so I was hanging out with him, checking out the town, and I was coming back to make the record. And my wife hadn't been seeing me very much, and we had our first kid.
Right.
So I was on tour all the time. And so I said, well, let's move somewhere else, somewhere more centralized in the country.
Right.
I can work out of there. And she asked me where, and I said, well, Memphis is a great town. Yes, I'm going to cut a record there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we moved, we picked up and flew out there, checked out Memphis. Came back with I'm in a yes.
Now, did you just do one trip out there with her?
Yeah, just one trip out
Really?
there. She loved the town, yeah.
I was gonna say, because I mean that's like one of those things, and we've talked about moving, me and my wife, and friends of mine have told me, oh man, if you move somewhere, you got to go out there at least like 3 or 4 times,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean just because
Yeah.
it's like, do you really get a feel? But it sounds like because you had already had the experience of recording there, you already kind of had a jump on it.
I hadn't even made the record yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I like the town. I brought her out, and she really liked the town, and the weather's pretty good, man, and
which is amazing to me because it seems
Yeah.
like it would be humid as hell.
and the crime's a lot better than Oakland.
Yeah.
That's where we're living. So I mean,
Yeah.
anything's a real step up from there.
Yeah.
And we were trying to buy a house in Oakland, but man,
Prices,
every
yeah.
time you went to try to buy something, man, somebody comes in with $400,000 extra.
Right. Yeah, it was a bidding war at that point.
And
yeah.
so it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
can move to Memphis, have a sweet life, no traffic, a lot of great talent, great studios.
Right.
And so I moved out there, and I mean, I moved out there, and like literally like a day later, I went and cut the record.
Wow.
I drove one of those huge U-Haul box trucks. It broke down.
Oh man.
It broke down in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh man.
Unloaded it and loaded it on a different one.
God almighty.
Yeah, and they sent a couple of dudes to help, but man, they weren't a help.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I drove out there, dog tired, and just even barely a day to get my thoughts together. Went into the studio, but working with, man, I got to work with this Howard Grimes, who's
right.
I mean, you talk like
famous drummer.
Yeah, hanging with Gene Harris, hearing Gene Harris, play the piano, hearing Howard Grimes play the piano.
The drums, you mean? Yeah.
The drums, yeah.
Yeah.
What that guy brings out of you that you don't even know you have in you.
Right.
Was absolutely a game changer for me.
Yeah. Did you get to be pretty good friends with him?
Yeah, we went on a coast-to-coast tour.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
He left Memphis.
That's great.
I mean, he hadn't been on the road since he backed up Paul Revere and the Raiders on the Tammy Show.
Oh, right. I remember hearing about that. Wes was telling me that story.
Yeah. So isn't that crazy? So he goes out, man.
Yeah.
He goes out on tour, man,
and he's the guy on all the Al Green and O.V.
Wright records and Peebles.
Yeah.
A lot of Syl Johnson
all
albums.
the high record stuff.
Yeah, man. That was a William Bell records.
Right.
Sam and Dave.
That's amazing.
Everybody, man.
Yeah.
And
him and Al Jackson are probably the two most
Yeah.
famous cats from Memphis.
And when you think about what he's soaked up as a drummer playing behind vocalists,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, you get your job because you make people sound good.
Right. Right. That's
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, man, he made me sound like $1 million.
Sure did.
I love that guy, man. That's sorry he had to pass away, but he played like an animal till the day he died. Too,
Wow.
man.
That's something.
Gave it his all.
That's amazing.
I think he might have been 75 or something like
Really?
that when we recorded together.
Crazy.
Man, those are tough
That's
grooves,
crazy.
man.
So
Yeah.
what was the name of that album?
Memphis, Greece.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was the Love Light? What was it called? The Love Light All Stars? Was that with him or not?
No, that's with Earl Lowe.
Oh, okay.
And Earl Lowe was a teenager, and he got the gig with Bobby Blue Bland.
Wow.
Yeah, boy,
That's
that's
heavy duty, man.
swinging, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy make you sound good.
Was that when Bobby had 2 drummers?
He had 2 drummers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And man, amazing that working with these different drummers, man. There's a different phrasing, singing, you can do with each guy, man. I mean, you can play off a drummer and have so much fun. I love drummers like Wes Starr, working with Wes Starr.
I mean, Wes is the best.
He is so much fun, man.
Yeah, he's so much fun.
And
you really feel it when you play with the drummers.
Yeah,
you
man.
go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Something's not quite there.
Oh, man, have I been spoiled.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I heard, I kind of got to know Wes a little better when you were playing with Anson.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just being so knocked out with his drumming on that day,
Man.
just listening to him. And I mean, I've always loved Wes's drumming.
Yeah.
Since that first Sam and Anson record,
Yeah.
it was like I just went, this dude is something special.
He can play for one person or like 100,000
That's right.
people.
And it's
right?
like he'll make it work no matter what.
Oh, man.
You can put him in all these different
Yeah.
situations, and that's really the mark of a great drummer.
Man, yeah.
Is somebody that you can put him in a lounge job, and then
Yeah.
you can put them on a concert stage, and
Yeah.
they're going to be like able
Yeah.
to adapt to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like he was playing for like 8 million people
Yeah.
on my album, man.
Yeah.
He's like playing for like, the huge audience, man.
No, he's phenomenal.
Amazing
Yeah.
power and
Yeah.
the stuff you can phrase and the breaking new ground, the imagination,
The dynamics that he throws.
Yeah,
into
you
it.
can go
Yeah.
places. You can go places with guys like Wes and Howard and Earl and I mean, I don't know. I've loved every drummer I've ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when I first started my band, it was hard to find a blues drummer in Boise, Idaho.
I bet. I bet it was. Yeah.
Man, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And all you know is kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not thinking on those same lines.
No.
Yeah.
No. And when they played, shuffles, they did it their way,
Yeah.
It was cool, it was hip. I liked it,
Yeah.
It always kept the dance floor full. That was what I
Right.
love about blues, man. It's dance music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
That's true. So, so the Memphis thing happened what year? What year was it you moved there?
Memphis?
Yeah.
2013.
2013. Okay. And by then you'd already won some blues awards, as I recall. Yeah. You'd won what, 2 blues awards?
I think that was just as I was moving there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you feel like living in Memphis has been kind of a help in terms of the Blues Foundation?
Man, they've always been cool,
Have they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
Since you kind of started, it seems like.
Yeah.
With Blind Pig, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
from day one, they've been recognizing my music,
Yeah.
and
That's kind of a rarity, for West Coast people.
oh yeah,
Yeah. West Coast people tend not to get recognized the same way.
uh-huh,
The Memphis and the Northeast seem to have, in Chicago.
interesting,
Mhm.
yeah. Maybe they figure you got it too easy out here, man. Y'all living in sunny California.
I think that's how they look at it. I think that's how they
And
look
nice
at it.
weather,
Yeah.
man. Napa
Yeah.
Valley.
You guys are too mellow.
Yeah. Y'all got to complain about.
Yeah, exactly. You don't got no blues out there. The funny
Man.
thing is, I think we do. I
Oh,
think
man.
California has one of the best blues scenes.
Oh man, dude.
Anywhere.
We got
Yeah.
blues towns, man. Oakland is a blues town.
Oakland is totally a blues
Man,
town.
some of some of the great players, man, came out of there. Unfortunately, most of them had passed by the time I got there.
But yeah, you had great people out of there.
But the residuals.
Little Johnny Taylor.
Yeah. Wolf Olson.
Wolf Olson, yeah.
You know,
McCracklin, all
yeah,
kinds
man.
of people. Yeah.
Bob Geddens.
Right?
Man, what a songwriter.
Oh yeah.
Damn, you know.
And
I
he
mean,
recorded a lot of great stuff.
man, you got one of the greatest blues songwriters in the history. Man,
Yeah.
you got a guy from Oakland that people in Chicago are cutting his
Right,
tunes.
exactly.
you
And
know?
that's what a lot of people don't realize about the West Coast thing,
Yeah.
is that in a lot of ways the West Coast thing was as influential to the Chicago guys
Oh, yeah.
as people think of Chicago being influential out here.
Yeah.
It was definitely the reverse back there, because they were all trying to be Lowell and McCracklin and
Mhm.
T-Bone, and
hmm
they were way into that. BB,
Yeah.
you know.
That's great music.
Yeah.
Great
Yep.
music, man. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people don't know that. And there's the whole East Bay Grease scene, you know, before Tower of Power.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all those
Sly
killers.
Stone.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
kids, like those Southern Soul bands with their horns, you know,
Right.
that sound coming into Oakland.
Johnny Talbot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that stuff taking off, and then going out to the, you get the San Francisco put on your music, right? You move to San Francisco,
Right.
man,
Right.
and the whole vibe and feeling of the Bay Area,
Chambers
it affects
Brothers.
you. It changes
Yeah.
how you do things,
Yeah.
and the blues scene in the Bay Area, man. I mean, you know, when I moved down there, I knew there was some good players down there, but I didn't realize there was thousands and thousands and thousands of blues players in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of, it's very underrated,
Yeah.
considering who you have there and the level of talent, because a lot
Yeah.
of players in the Bay, if they move to, say, Des Moines, Iowa,
hmm
or Topeka, Kansas, they'd be king shit there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can make a living playing a shuffle in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? That's bizarre.
That's
man.
true. Yeah.
Still today.
It's really true.
There's cats out
Yeah.
there that, man, that's what they do, man. They
Yeah.
play a shuffle, man, and they
Yeah.
work all those clubs
Yeah.
up and down the
As
bay.
much as they want, pretty much.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of clubs out there. And that was great when I moved out there, because I got to play with a bunch of different cats. I got to work with Mike Shermer,
Right.
Kid Anderson,
Yep.
and
Bob played with you for a long time.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob played with me for a long time.
Bob
I
Welsh,
I
yeah.
love Bob Welsh. Man, he played on, toured with me, played on a couple of my albums. He played bass too.
Right. I've used him on bass before.
Man, I used Kid on bass.
Right. Kid's a great bass.
There's a
player,
great
man.
bootleg out there. Some dude
Yeah, he's a
in
great bass
Germany
player.
decides he's going to record the band that I'm taking
Yeah.
to Europe. He releases the record in Europe.
Wow.
You know, doesn't want to pay me any money.
Incredible.
And then he puts it on YouTube for free.
Jeez.
So check it out. Enjoy it. You know, I mean, it's my gift to you. You know,
you can send donations to John Nemeth through PayPal.
yeah, John Nemeth live in
Right.
Rattingen, Germany. But I got Junior on the record. Wes Starr's
Right,
on
Wes
it,
is on it. Yeah.
and Kid Anderson's playing bass.
Right.
And
That's when Kid was still drinking.
oh yeah,
And Wes was still drinking.
yeah, man. And I wasn't a good influence either.
No, probably not.
Well,
Probably not.
no. Hey, for some real fun music, man.
Yeah.
Junior was drinking.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
true.
drinking.
He
We were
was,
drinking
everybody's-
band, drinking and
And
smoking.
you guys were a drinking
smoking
band.
cigarettes.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, pot,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
all that. Yeah.
I think Vance was on some of your tours. wasn't
Vance
he?
was on some
Vance
of
and
those
Wes,
tours.
yeah,
Those are great,
yeah.
man. Those are great
Yeah.
tours. Great music. And
Vance Ehlers.
Vance Ehlers, man, what a great, you know, I've been so fortunate. I mean, I think I'm one of the luckiest guys. You know, and you too, man. You think about.
Oh, I have been. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've
you
been
think
super
about,
lucky.
you
yeah.
know, the talent you get
Oh,
to
yeah.
play with, you know.
I've been kind of the blues high school in the Bay.
Ah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, man, and I've always loved the energy of young musicians, and
Yeah.
I mean, people think I use young musicians because they're cheap. I don't. I pay them just as good as the old guys.
Right.
But I like.
Well, there's
I like
a
the way they
certain
play.
drive.
Yeah.
I think there's a drive that sometimes kind of diminishes when guys have been on the road too long. They start getting bitchy.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
and just they don't have quite the. There's something about hungry young players wanting
Yeah.
to go out on the road, because
Yeah.
it's an adventure to them. It's a new thing.
Yeah. It's a new
You
thing.
know, you've been doing it long enough. You probably
Yeah.
feel what the grind is by now a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two, when you're
Yeah.
young, you're not
Yeah.
married, man. You're
Yeah.
regionally developing.
It's,
You know.
yeah, it's a lot easier to. It's a lot easier to really want to go out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you know, I'm sure, you know, you're probably like me in the sense that you are still okay with the road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and I
cool
know
with
I
it,
am
man.
too.
I,
Yeah.
I like it. Why can't
Yeah.
you get your fans out there? So you go out
Yeah.
on the road, you know, and you see your fans, and
Yeah.
they've been your fans forever. You know, you got fans from the first time you played in a place, and then you get more and more fans, and man, it's great. You know, I mean, and it's
I
like
really
family.
I really picked up on that on the last tour that we did together. Just the effort that you put into when you talk to people, you don't. I mean, I know for myself, and this is just
Mhm.
speaking for me, I tend to get in this thing about like move along, you know, the
Uh-huh.
John Mayall kind of
Yeah.
you know, move along, okay, next person.
Mhm.
But you will really devote yourself to the fans.
I like them.
Yeah, you really sit there and listen to what they got to say, and
Yeah.
and kind of do a real interactive conversation.
Yeah.
It really impressed me
Oh.
that you do that.
See, that's
because-
just a natural thing. I
well,
didn't
I'm
even
just
think
saying
about it.
it's an unusual thing in show
Mhm.
business.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I know like people have always told me it's like, hey, cut it off. Let's go. Let's get out of here. The band's always like, let's go.
right. See, and Anson's like that too.
Hmm.
Anson's the same way. He'll
Yeah.
sit and talk till
Yeah.
you throw him out
Oh
of the
yeah.
club.
I'll sign every
Yeah.
single record until the last record's
Yeah.
signed. I'll talk to everybody.
He
then
told me
we're
a great
leaving.
line that Delbert told him. He said, yeah, I won this position that I'm in one fan at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's a great way of putting it, man.
Yeah, it
because
is.
it's like, you know, that's really what it takes. It takes
Yeah.
that kind of, you know, wanting to connect with people.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's kind of people feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I feel lucky. And I think when this jaw thing had to come off,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, there's no way my insurance company is not going to cover this. There's no way I'm going to pay for it. I've got a wife that stays home with the kids. I got 2 kids. I've got overhead. From my touring.
Yeah.
Um,
And did this happen while COVID was happening?
let's see here. Yeah, this happened while COVID was
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
So it hit you at a really rough time in terms
Yeah,
of.
things were already bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, but and my neighbor said, John's got fans everywhere.
Yeah.
People do GoFundMe's and things like that. Do a GoFundMe and see if you can raise the money to pay for this, and we put it out there, and I mean, I wasn't expecting anything, man, but my fans, man, they anteed up. And
What were your signs that something was wrong?
well, I went to the dentist because I went hunting, and got some bullet in the deer burger, and it pulled out a filling. I bit it, pulled out a filling. I went down to the dentist, and they had a brand new X-ray machine, one of those panoramic style.
Right.
So they did a panoramic, and they found a tumor in my jaw, and there was. It happened so slowly that I didn't really realize that I had a couple of teeth that were moving, but nothing that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was all down here. Jaw is just down here. We started pushing things around. Anyways, yeah, they found that tumor, and the doctor was like, "Don't mess around with this. Don't lean on it. This has to be taken care of immediately. And it's at a stage where, it could take off, and it might kill you." And so I'm like, okay, what do I do? So he booked a biopsy right away, and then that dentist did the biopsy. He happened to be at a conference in Houston and hear a guy talk about a new way of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, man, they'd take that out and they'd put like a steel plate
Now,
in there.
now, what is this called exactly?
Oh man, it's a jaw reconstruction.
Yeah, but I mean, what was the tumor? What was the tumor?
Man,
They found out it
this
wasn't
one
cancerous.
wasn't cancerous.
Right.
Yeah, but they can turn. They can flip cancerous.
Yeah.
On you. Anyway, it's just fortunate this dentist happened to go to this conference, hear this guy talk about it, and he came back and he saw me and he said, "Hey man, you have to do it this way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're not going to do anything you're doing right now anymore if you don't do it like this."
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
So,
yeah.
Lucky.
So it could have affected both your voice and your harmonica playing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Could
I
have
mean,
knocked
because
both out.
I could have a voice box, but if you don't have the rest of your shit to shape it,
No.
you know, and your tongue's all fucked up,
Right.
you know, and
All that's the apparatus that supports your
Yeah.
voice and your
Mhm.
harp playing. Yeah.
and then boom, and man, we did the surgery, and I mean, 2 months after the surgery, I'm in Romania doing a show. It was some work because I had to get used to it, but I could
Yeah.
still do it.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I mean, a lot of the harp players I liked growing up, man, a lot of those guys you could tell didn't have all their teeth anyways.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And so, you know, you spend your whole life trying to get that sound.
Right.
All of a sudden you ain't got teeth. And it's like, oh, there it is. All right. Okay.
I don't need to have those teeth knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild how I'm not having those teeth and playing but the way I play harmonica, I don't need my lip anyways.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm lucky that my style of playing harp really has made a lot of this re-entry.
You're saying because of tongue blocking?
I
or what?
curl my
Okay.
tongue.
You're a tongue
curl
yeah,
my
you're
tongue.
a tongue curler.
Use
That's
it as a straw.
very unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Norton Buffalo did that too.
I started doing that because I was trying to figure out how like Junior Wells and Little Walter were getting this like slapping effect on the harmonica.
Right. So you can do that
Yeah.
with U blocking?
Yeah.
Wow, what a trip.
So I figured out how to do that. Like take
Yeah.
that U block and I pull it back.
Now, do you think Junior did that too?
You know, I don't know what he did.
I heard Lil Walter did that. Though.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. Yeah.
I did hear that.
And I don't know, but I learned to do it like that because I was just trying. I thought, man, that's a really cool sound, and it's really percussive.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a big part of the style. So
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I had
Absolutely.
to get that. I mean,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was just like I was playing the U block thing. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
And I was playing like that, but you know, it sounded like the groove was cool, but you know, it's just it's like that slap of the tongue's almost like a distortion that you can use.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
It dirties up
It definitely
the
does.
disturbance in the air, man, and makes
Right.
it cooler on the ears.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I mean, I've been a tongue blocker pretty much most of my harmonica playing days, and it's like, for me, it's like that's really what the tone is about.
Mhm.
Is that thing of having your tongue on the harp?
Yeah.
You know, makes it just expands the tone.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be said about this part of the mouth
Mhm.
being the shape of your sound.
Yeah. Mhm.
So without having, if you have jaw difficulties, that's like huge.
Yeah. Or if you can't even move it.
Right.
Like if the thing won't even.
Right.
If you had if I had just a steel plate on there, I wouldn't have the mobility. The muscles can't attach to that.
So how long did it take
Thing.
to heal?
3 or 4 months for the tightness to start to go away.
Right. Right.
It was pretty tight. I
Right.
think the muscles trying to attach to the new bone on there.
Yeah. Now, at some point, I thought I read on Facebook that you said you had actual pain that was starting to come in or something.
Well, I had some different pain stuff that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get reactive arthritis.
That is so weird. Do you think that's from the medication?
No.
Huh.
I think it's from toxins and whatever I'm eating.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've built up an allergy.
Yeah.
I've gone around the world and tried it all.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a good thing to do.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, you change a dog's diet,
Yeah.
well, one day it's a mess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, been around the world. I've tried everything that's weird everywhere,
Yeah,
and some of that stuff, man, if you're not used to it, it'll kill you. And
I'll
I
be
think I've
honest
been
with you,
there.
man. I couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
When I quit drink, I quit drinking. I quit drinking in 1984, right when I started going on the road heavy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I did about maybe 3 years where I was still drinking and doing drugs, and I would go out on short trips, and just that alone was difficult. You know, getting up the next day and getting in the van and not being hungover. And I think the other thing was
Yeah.
being a band leader for me made me feel like responsible for being a certain kind of person to the rest of the band.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you
You're
ever
the designated
felt that.
driver.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just in the sense of that if I was fucking up, that was going to give them an invitation to.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man, I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up with a still in my house.
Right.
I mean, I had a different set of rules. You
Yeah,
know, we
yeah,
lived in
yeah.
Idaho.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
you were,
man, it was a different
yeah,
world out here.
yeah.
California hadn't moved in. There weren't like all these other rules and stuff. You know, we
You guys were wild out
had the
here.
whole place to ourselves,
Yeah, you
right?
were wild, yeah.
And
Right.
so it took me a long time to stop that. But I think it was that drinking was interjected into my DNA at such a young
Sure.
age
Yeah.
that, you know, it was just like having relish on your hot dog or something.
Right.
Yeah, this is no big deal. Yeah. Relish has got vinegar in it. Vinegar's got alcohol in it.
Right.
Yeah, well, so does this, but it's
Yeah.
just a little more. You know, your tolerance builds
Yeah.
up over.
Oh,
Right?
that's true. Yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
when you get people started on booze at such a young age, and it was no big deal in my family.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I
Yeah.
mean, my mom, you know, they was pioneer people, and my dad was an immigrant, and you know, I mean, no big deal to drink.
Right.
Drink wine, you know, drink hard liquor.
Sounds like my in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
they were from Minnesota, and they were like just really hardcore. You know, I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere, and you get cold as hell
Yeah.
winters, and you got to be a strong person to survive
You got a
that.
strong person
You
survive
know, most
that.
people that live in that atmosphere, they drink.
Yeah.
They drink to get through the damn winter.
Man, it's true.
You know,
It's
yeah.
true, man. Yeah. And so, but when I started going out on the road, you know, it wasn't no big deal. And you put that in your hospitality rider.
Right.
You know, that's
Exactly.
my bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get my bottle every night, every town
Right.
I go to,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you're in the business of moving liquor.
Right. True.
You know, if you're not moving
True.
liquor, you know,
Yeah.
the bar's not happy.
Right.
I mean, you can sell tickets, but man, if you're not moving liquor,
That's something I always worry about. You know, I've been sober for my whole career, and it's like, I mean, I always wonder, you know, being sober, does that affect how people decide whether or not to drink or not when they come see you? I don't know. To this day, I don't know. I mean, people come and see Charlie Musselwhite, who had the ultimate career, or James Cotton. Those guys had the ultimate careers of being, you know, drinkers, you know, and hardcore partiers.
yeah.
But, you know, they gave it up, and it seems like their crowd still would show up, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They would still show up.
Yeah, the crowd's gonna still show up.
Yeah.
You just have to decide whether or not
You're willing to.
you're at
yeah,
a point,
right,
you know, where
right.
you're not gonna do it anymore.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's really what it comes down to, is, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think when you get to that point, you just go, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I know people that drank their entire careers. I mean, I worked with Brownie McGee. Brownie McGee gave it up, like, you know, in 1985,
No,
right
he
after
is
I
old
did.
cat, man.
Right after I did, and he drank like a fish.
Yeah.
He could put it away.
Yeah.
And he just one day said, I'm done.
I think when you get out of the routine, I almost
Yeah.
feel like, you know, being a musician breeds alcoholism, you know,
Yeah.
because you're.
Oh, it does.
know.
Absolutely.
And the club owner, man, he's sending
Absolutely.
free drinks up.
Sure.
He wants the band drinking. If the
Yeah.
band's drinking, the crowd's drinking.
Well, I always looked at it like, you know, the free booze was part of the deal.
Yeah.
That was what I wasn't getting paid in cash. I was getting it free.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna drink my profit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
right here.
drink that extra amount that they're not paying me.
Yeah.
That was really it.
And you get to a point where, man, I just can't drink those profits up. You're going to have to pay me some more money.
Right. Just kind of a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about.
A good deal.
Let's talk about the. Well, two things. One is you said the GoFundMe thing. You made enough to be able to pay for this whole thing.
Yeah, man.
I won't say what the amount was, or unless you want to, but it was.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
I think
amazing.
We're up close to 200,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That you got that in GoFundMe, and then you put the album out, and the album was just did wonders for you.
The album did great.
It's a great record.
The record, everybody that made the record, you know, it was interesting. Elvin and his band, they came and played Memphis in May, the Beale Street Blues Festival, and I was supposed to be having my surgery that weekend, but I was off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came down and sat in with the band, sat in with Elvin. We were talking about this surgery, and he and Kid, they came up with the idea, you know, maybe we should probably cut a record with John, because it might be the last record he does.
Right. And that's why you named it The Last Time. Yeah.
Maybe the last time.
Maybe the last time. That's a good point.
We didn't know.
That's from the positive point of view.
From the positive point of view.
Yes, maybe the last time.
So we just got in there, man, and set up in, I mean, you know, Kid's studio's twice as big as this room.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you know, and we just all set up in there, man, and just cut the music, pick songs, for, you know, as we went along, and cut the tunes, and the band, it was, you know, I mean, Willie Jordan. And,
you had Willie singing with you. You
Bob
had
Welsh,
Alabama Mike.
Alabama Mike singing with me. Kids singing harmonies. Elvin.
Right. And Elvin, to me, just plays some of the greatest guitar on that record I've heard him play in ages.
It's amazing, man.
He plays really great on that record.
It's amazing. Yeah, the energy behind that album is it's pretty impressive, you know. I think just to even be in a moment in time with somebody that's even going to be in that situation,
right?
You know, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know, for them to be in that situation, you know, how bizarre and peculiar, you know, that situation to be in.
Yeah.
And man, everybody's just. Man, we're just bringing it, man, and it comes out on tape, right?
It really does, yeah.
You know,
it really does.
You know, it's a group of guys in a room, and Kid's engineering.
He's amazing.
Man, he's really probably one of the greatest.
Yeah, he's one of the best I've ever worked with, and I've worked with a number of them.
Yeah,
but I have to say, Kid is he's definitely by far the most meticulous and fastest. There's nobody else I've ever worked with that it was as quick at, you know, finding stuff right away and getting it done.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I think that's that whole live thing about blues. You know, when you perform, like, blues is a performance art, and so when you're working in, probably, you know, he's an engineer, he's working with guys, he just has to press the record button when maybe some of the guys aren't even knowing they're being recorded, you know.
Right.
Like, boom, did you get that? Yeah, man, I got it all. It's like, oh,
he does.
It's like, well, just hit, we're ready to go. It's like, man, I already got it. Let's go to the next tune.
That's how Kid is, yeah. He really is like that.
Yeah, he's a great cat to work with, man. I've always loved working with Kid. And I cut records in that studio. I remember when Blind Pig they were frightened of how I was spending their money. You know, because I decided to go down and cut a record.
Right.
Down there with Kid in his house, you know, instead of going to a fancy studio somewhere.
Right.
You know.
That's what they're used to.
Using the guys they know are putting out the...
You don't even want to bring them in there either.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Man, I remember Ed coming down, you know, first time he came to a session, you know, I wanted to make sure everything was working all right. You know, we were blowing his money, right? You know. And he came down, man, the moment Kid hit the space bar on his little computer, man, and those little tiny speakers he had and the sound that came out, man, Ed was like, okay. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is great, man.
No, he's
Yeah.
got the proof in the pudding,
He's
man.
got the proof in the pudding. He
No
loves
doubt
music,
about it.
man. You know,
Yeah,
that's what
no,
it's
he
all about.
does. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know, it doesn't stand the test of time unless there's the love that's in it, right?
Yeah.
And he loves that. He loves it, man. And he gives it to every artist that he works with, and he's done a great job on your albums.
Well, Kid's done an amazing job on my albums. Yeah, I love working with him. Yeah, we just did something with Junior a couple weeks back.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Junior, yeah, I love Junior.
With Junior
man.
and Kadar and Wes.
That's
yeah.
a great band.
Yeah, really
That's
great.
a great band.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we better wrap it up here. So thank you, John.
Thank
it
you,
was
Mark.
a pleasure.
Good talking to
Great
you,
hearing
man.
your story, man.